yo, 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 yo. What's good? It's the Hardfood podcast.
Back again.
Hey!
Back again!
Oh, shit, okay. That's what to see.
Energy!
Jesus. What we saying, no? My name is Juice English.
Saxon King. Y'all know.
Episode 54.
Yeah.
What's good? We got the, I suppose technically we got two special guests in the building. First of all, we got the British champion. How was it? British PCA bodybuilding?
PCA.
It's me, yeah.
Just say PCA. Bodybuilding classic champion, tour class. Obviously, you know, it is.
I'm not about you, though. I'm not about you. I'm not about this thing, yeah. Right in the middle.
This guy.
Me?
This guy. This guy.
I'm not about the guy wearing the medal right now.
Oh, seeing.
Special guest in the building.
Special guest. Yeah, man. He's you know,
It's heavy, you know.
doing bits. Doing bits in here. You know what I mean?
Another special guest in the building. Goes by. Yo, what's it? How do we introduce this guy? This guy's a musical genius. You get me? A legend of the city. I don't think he knows it himself.
Based on where we are, I go by the name of Nigel Richmond.
Nigel Richmond.
It's my fake name to book studios so that a certain person doesn't cancel my bookings.
Okay.
Just pointing it out
Let's
there.
get into this shit right away. Yo, we got Westlee in the building, man. Got Westlee in the building. You get me? AKA anyone. I'll call you that from now. From time and time.
Call me whatever
Westlee,
you prefer, man. Call me what you prefer.
Yeah, man. Got special guests in the building. Timbo Slice in the building as well. Got Spark in the building as usual. Yeah, how's everyone doing, man? What's good?
Doing good and doing nice. I had a great day, and it's just started.
Yeah.
Where do I begin?
How's your week been?
Week.
Actually, no, sorry to interrupt. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. Let's get all that stuff out of the way because we always do it right at the end, and you know by then it's too late.
Yeah, follow us, Hardfood Podcast, on all platforms. If you put in Hardfood Podcast, you'll see our black faces.
Hey.
And press subscribe or follow or send DM. Juice has got an OnlyFans page. He's got it's popping off this week, he says. I'm not sure what kind of content he's put on there, but you know,
right. Let's just say tomorrow I'll be in my birthday suit.
When's your birthday, Juice?
Tomorrow? Or today, actually. When this is released, it's actually my birthday today.
Yeah.
October done as well.
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. For today? When this
Today.
comes out, it's gonna
Happy
be
birthday today.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, anyway, I ain't got OnlyFans, so listen to Adrian.
But yeah, still. But yeah,
How's your week been, man? Tell them about the trophy, man.
what can I say?
What
What can I say? Nah.
Just take the speech out your pocket.
Nah, to be fair.
Scrolling.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's weird because you just think, well, you just attack it like any other show. Obviously, you don't put too much pressure on yourself because I know really I just go out there and do my thing in it, and the hard work was done before that.
Yeah.
And it's just a point of working hard before any show and then just going on stage and showing it. Obviously, people may try and like think, oh my goodness, you won a British title. But you got to understand, I was of the standard before that, and this is my second British title. So, I'm kind of used to it. But I'm still happy, still blessed, so grateful. And every single person that's reached out, every single person that's given me a shout out, hard tight Lucas, and every single person that's said positive things, I really appreciate it. Just think that, you know, just probably just moving forward. And I got a big dirty trophy. And the Worlds is next week. World Championships is next week in Brum. and it's my birthday on Friday, and I'm the best in the country.
So basically, what you're saying is, in short,
I mean, respect, man.
October day. Everyone's October.
this is basically what Adrian just said. Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what basically. That's what was playing off like when I walked off stage. In my class, that's what I thought of the rest of the winners. And the rest of the top 6, yeah, I was thinking that as they were walking off, I was getting my last pictures in. You know what I mean? So that's how it's rolling. You know what I mean?
How's your week been, Wes?
What day is it today first?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, I can't remember most days of the week.
My gosh.
But it all blends into one for me now. I've had really good days. Like, my brother has come to my house to help me with music.
Jeez.
And
I'll take Zio.
Altai
Next
Big
level.
up Zio.
That is something that hasn't happened since maybe forever still.
So,
when we first started making music, I used to sit and watch him on Reason, just building a beat. I'd be like, oh, what you doing there? What about this? Like, shut up, man. That was all that happened. And so to have him sit down and go through music with me and say, you can add this to make that sound better and all that stuff, it was like heartwarming.
Yeah.
And my music's going to be sick now, blood. I'm excited.
said
I'm very excited.
You know,
Wasn't it sick before?
Huh?
Wasn't it sick before?
What's that?
The music.
but, we'll get into it properly.
So you turned no, you wouldn't know because someone kept on cancelling your bookings.
Yo, don't.
Right. Can you move your microphone to the other side? That's the side. Please. That's it. 'Cause you know what you're doing.
Yeah, we'll get back into we'll talk about you properly still. But let me just say, for all the mandem out there, for all the fellas, you get me, like, the window of opportunity is upon us. The window of opportunity is upon us.
Yo, this guy, you know.
You get me?
This guy.
I don't even have to say that, you know, but
don't
everyone
need
should
to
know. Everyone should know that the window of opportunity is open. Not for us, obviously, we're faithful black men. You know, faithful, you know.
Black men don't cheat anyway.
Obviously, black men don't cheat, but you know, the window's open.
The window
window
of opportunity is open. And who's the first? I just opened my Instagram. Who's the first name that I see?
Who?
Diddy.
Oh, what did he say?
Nothing.
They really said nothing, didn't
Mood is the woman with shades on.
they?
I mean,
Hiding
looking very solemn.
Okay. How tight did it?
Mood. That means he's not talking to nobody because he's sour. Nah, actually, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Be a speculation, some people might say, but I'm just like, yo, any guy, yo, them DMs must have been on fire.
Can Diddy level up from this though?
Say again.
Can Diddy level up
Of course he can.
from Cassie?
Of course he can. Did he?
What do you mean? Of course he can. Don't act like Cassie's from any girl, you know.
No, but the thing he's got to understand, yeah, don't get me wrong. Cassie's levels. She's levels.
Cassie's probably the bar.
But you got to realise that he's done it before. People thought he couldn't level up from J-Lo.
You know, yeah, that's true still.
You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
And J-Lo is like, what? She's 40-something.
Yeah,
and
she's
to fair,
still...
yo, she still look good, you
Yeah.
know?
Are you saying Cass is a level up from J-Lo though?
I think
I
she
think
is.
so, yeah. Only because of the age. Only because of age.
If they were the same age, I'd say J-Lo might be ahead. But because Cassie's younger,
Yeah.
she's probably a bit like, you know, a bit more freaky in the bedroom. I don't know.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Some of these young girls be like, oh, she's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
But
Nah, but to say like she might not have the experience.
Cassie's like, you know, she's levels. She's levels. You know what I mean?
She's dry, man. Cassie's
She's dry?
Cassie's dry.
She ain't dry.
Dry as a
Man said
musician.
Cassie's
Dry personality.
No, but J-Lo couldn't sing either.
True.
And
But she's got a lot. J-Lo to me, like, I like MILFs in it.
Oh,
okay, alright.
okay.
She can teach you something in it. Whereas Cassie's probably gonna like. It's like swimming. You know, girls. You know, like swimming. Yeah, you gotta get your badges.
Oh, see. I hear that.
Yeah, she's got more of a mental maturity as well. Like
no,
Cassie's you brain.
Put it this way. If I'm Diddy, how old is Diddy?
14.
Let's say it's 52.
Yeah, 52.
I don't know.
The worst age gauge ever.
Diddy's 50, 56.
It can't be 50, 56.
I mean, 46, 46, 46.
About
Diddy's
40, okay,
46.
call it mid 40s, yeah.
How old's Cassie?
It's about 28.
12.
48.
Diddy's 48.
Diddy's 48, yeah.
I was Cassie. Can you search? I was Cassie.
Cassie's about 33.
Is she? Is she though?
She's around that age.
Is she?
She's like half Chinese as well, you know.
True still.
I don't know what that's got to do with age, but I'm gonna say it now. You get me there.
Now, but on a real, if the young girl, obviously, she's got more energy. She doesn't care about life.
Now J-Lo's got energy though.
I know she's got energy, but Cassie
J-Lo's
probably
got
have more.
energy still.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what? I don't even know, you know, because he kind of writes though. Cassie didn't really move too much in the videos.
yes, but you got to realise, yeah, she was with she's with Ben Affleck, yeah.
Who? J-Lo?
Yeah, so she's got more emotional baggage in it.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, what's his name, Mark Anthony,
Yeah.
and A-Rod.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's probably sick of men.
You know what? Hold on. J-Lo might actually be winning this in my head now, you know. She might be ahead of Cassie.
How?
Yo,
J-Lo might be ahead of Cassie.
How? Tell me how.
Cassie ain't winning, man.
Because, like you said, the movement, the
Yo,
energy.
she's lived life, man.
Have you ever seen Cassie move?
I've seen her move on. I've seen her move on. You know, I've seen her move in.
Cassie has to keep her arse to listen what music for.
Nah, man, nah. You lot running Cassie like she's whack, man. She ain't whack.
I'm just saying, like,
She ain't whack.
even because me and you video, she did a dance routine, and that wasn't really a dance routine. That was like the Step in the Name of Love dance routine.
Yeah,
like,
she's holding back. She was holding
Okay,
back.
for this video, I want you to walk over here, then walk over there, move your arms with it so it looks like you're dancing.
yeah.
You lot got Cassie all twisted, man. You lot got the Cassie all twisted.
I'm sure in the whole video, she bent her knees once. You know?
I can imagine you go through the video and there it is.
Yeah.
You lot got Cassie all the way twisted. Yo, she's fire. She's levels, man.
Transfer window's open anyway. Let me just
Transfer window. Transfer window, you know.
Over the Christmas break and that, yeah.
Yo, bare new music. New music Fridays. Every Friday, new music comes out. And this week, I don't think anything was coming out, but there's been some good tunes out still. I'm still rinsing that LMA album though.
Still
Yeah,
getting feels.
still in my feels.
Yeah.
You know what it is? With female, I don't think there's really been like a seductive, sexy female R&B album in a while. SZA's was kind of like, you know, in a field, like emotional.
Yeah.
Solange was uplifting, amazing album, but you know, it wasn't really like seductive and sexy. You get me? And like LMA ain't like fully like that, but it's nice. It's like sophisticated. It's class. It's like it's. So that's why I'm really. You listen to LMA's album?
I don't listen to music.
No, it's to no music.
I
Nope.
believe you, you know. I
Unless
believe
music's
you.
played to me, I don't hear it. It's the way I like to learn about music.
Your head booed up though.
What's that?
Booed up.
That badam budub.
Yeah, bad down, but don't.
Budub.
I actually spelled it out over there still. Just man.
What you about to say?
Yeah, barely music out still. Who else has dropped?
This week.
Mm.
Lil Yachty. I haven't listened to it.
Shit.
I want to hear it. Lil Yachty's my favourite.
Who else?
Oh, did he drop as well?
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta check for that still.
Who else has dropped this week?
As I said,
Future. Oh yeah.
Future
tomorrow,
and
Juice
JuiceWRLD.
WRLD, yeah.
I can't say I'm racing to hear that.
I listen to it still, and it's like, you know what it is? I'm kind of conflicted now, yeah, because like the songs weren't bad, and I feel like individually it probably wouldn't be too bad, but trying to listen to a full project of it, it's kind of.
You know what? That's what I was saying to Tim on the way here. It made me question someone that people like a lot.
Yeah. Who?
Young Thug.
Yeah.
Young Thug. It's good on features, yeah. It's good on the odd track. It might be even an EP. But can you listen to Young Thug for a whole album?
You know what? Young Thug, I can say yeah, because Young Thug is quite diverse, you know. It's quite.
I don't know if I could.
Like it's got his songs that sound like Check and Best Friend and that. Then it's got like his unorthodox lane, and then he's got the slower ones. It's kind of like
I don't know.
It's like
I just
Lil
don't know.
Baby and Gunna, that tape as well. Decent songs, but it's just kind of samey, like same tempo, the 808s and the melody range. It's all samey. Like, I don't know. Even Future on his own. Maybe it's these joint tapes. People are just keeping it within a safe range.
I don't know, man. I think sometimes too much of like if a person has got too much range, or if I don't think they have, in my mind, I'm like, yo, can't you just no, it's all the same.
I hear you.
Gets to the
It's
point where
just-
the whole
it's-
album's the same song, innit?
It's
But
it's-
that's not the case with Fug.
it's
Have you
not-
listened to a Fug album?
Not for.
Yeah.
I listened to the Super Slime.
Oh, see, them one, yeah, them ones the same.
I listened to the
them
one
ones the same,
with.
eh?
I listened to the one with Future. I turned it off halfway.
Yeah, that's it.
I listened to the one on his own with that tune with Nicki.
What was that one?
I can't remember what it was called. It's quite recent, and I was like, it's not
Okay,
bad.
now,
But
Jeffrey-
that was an EP. That was the EP. I was like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not bad.
Jeffrey and Beautiful Fugger Girls.
But I just thought
Those
to
are the
myself,
only two I can really
don't know if I can
consider
listen
as
to the
albums.
whole 15, 12 tracks. I'm just like, oh.
Is this down to the artist or down to the genre then?
I think it's a bit of both, but I think that some artists, they feel the pressure on the temperature of the scene at the minute in their genre.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
a case that they're saying, okay, then cool, this is my lane, yeah? I don't step out of my lane, because if I step out my lane, no one will like it, and my core fan base will not go along with it. Now, if they stay in their lane all the time, the music can just sound the same. Like, say, track 2 may not listen to track 2 may not be the same as track 3, but track 2 may be the same as track 10, and maybe the same as track 12, and
Yo,
you'll have 3 or
there's no
4 or
card in it?
5 songs that sound the same, and you're like, come on, man,
Is that Adrian's card?
need more. Need more, man. Need more.
Yeah, I think it's a thing though with these joint projects though.
The joint project, in my opinion,
I think no one's
weird.
trying to take it within their realm. Like
Yeah.
Future's got his own sound, and I ain't really heard much of JuiceWRLD, but I'm guessing he's got his own sound. But when they come together, they're like, "Yo, this is our sound, and we're sticking with this." They're not really gonna try and like put their stamp on it. That's what I feel like. Same with like, I don't really know too much about Gunna and Lil Baby either, but that just sounded really samey. You know what I mean?
I need to listen to that properly.
I've tried, and it's the same.
I'm
with
going
this.
to, because I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, everyone's saying good.
Everyone's saying it's really good. And I'm going to make a concerted effort since I've got no work for 2 weeks. Booyah! And just had to put it out there. I'm going to proper listen to it this week, because this week I'm just going to be training, getting ready for the show on Sunday, and focused, dialed in, and I'm going to listen to that tape.
Yeah.
I'm going to listen to it to really give it a chance. So, if you see me on my Instagram and I played like 3 tracks, and then the rest of the day you see me playing DMX, I didn't like it. Okay? I didn't like it.
That was like me. I listened to the JuiceWRLD one, then I had to put on Life After Death, the
Yeah.
Biggie one, and I was like, yeah, I just had to listen to something that I'm familiar with.
I
But
just don't. Some tunes.
That, like Adrian didn't have the artwork.
yeah, the artwork, then the app wanted to sort that out. You know.
What's all their content about in these songs?
Drugs?
What about drugs though?
Just taking them,
Taking them.
and then fucking bitches on drugs.
So if we condense their album down to a conversation, it's like, yeah, I took the Zanny and I fucked this bitch.
It's
man.
like, yeah,
Great,
animals.
man. You sit in there and say, yo, I took it done for Zanny, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fucked
and
my
I was
bitch
wearing-
too.
and I had Gucci's on my feet. That's
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
big
yeah.
thing.
I
Gucci's
fucked
on
it with
your
my
feet.
Gucci's on, man. It was lit.
Louis.
You gonna take a Zanny, nigga? You got Zannies,
Pretty
man.
much like that.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Got
and
lots
money.
of
How
Zannies.
much money you made?
I spent $2,000 on a Zanny, man. Then I found this bitch, man. She had Gucci's on too, man.
All rolled in one.
Sounds like Bulldogs.
Yeah.
But it's true though, man. I think they don't. For me, I'm gonna make an effort. Otherwise, you'll see me go back to my normal music, and everyone knows what my guaranteed gym music is.
What, DMX?
DMX, Meat Mill.
Oh yeah, nice.
Anyone who
Makes
sees my
sense.
Instagram knows I play Meat Mill nearly every day.
And funny enough, Cardi B.
I do.
You just play like a Cardi B.
I don't play a lot. Just every once in a while.
Cardi B's a guilty pleasure, man.
Cardi's
She's
alright.
loud.
She's alright.
She's got that vocal rasp.
And to be honest, you know what? I'm gonna delete that Nicki album.
Yeah, I don't listen to it myself.
It's just taking up space on my phone.
See, if you stream music like everyone else does in 2018, you won't have that problem.
No, but that even then, when I don't like to stream
Why?
because I'd only use Wi-Fi. If I'm out,
And
the
you
most.
get these tinfoil hats. That's what it is. The tinfoil
Look,
hats
yeah,
with
look,
brand
yeah,
control.
look. You see this. My brother, Timbo Slice. Obviously, he's technologically, up to date. But yo, watch when they start making clones of man, yeah. When they start making clones, yeah, man, yeah. Don't say I didn't warn you.
I wouldn't mind being cloned. You don't want to be cloned?
What,
No.
Black Mirror style.
Yeah, why not?
To what? For them to lock you up and the clone to live your life.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind arrest.
You know.
Fam.
Take a break.
Fam, now locking you up.
It's like, phew.
Fam, now locking you up like remember in the Matrix when Neo woke up.
Yeah,
That's what they're gonna do to you.
it's ungrateful.
Yo,
Yes.
yo,
Someone else to roll dumplings.
Okay, what about the fact then that the clone is you?
Yeah.
So the same fact that you're tired of rolling dumplings, a clone's gonna be existing.
Yeah.
Being tired of rolling dumplings,
Yeah, but
same way.
clone's gonna be young, and you can't clone me at friggin' 28.
Of course not.
What? So
What
my
they-
clone's gonna be tired.
What
Yeah.
data have they got of
So
you
what sense-
before
what sense-
28?
What sense does that make? You can't clone someone for it to be exhausted.
Juice is gonna break out, yeah. Juice is gonna break out at the holding cell, yeah, and walk past Aunt Sally's and see the clone rolling dumpling. Clone's gonna look like, you come back in a minute.
let's get in the window.
Come back. And Juice like,
Anyway, I heard the worst song I've ever heard in my life.
What's that?
You heard my mixtape?
Huh?
oh. Okay.
What? Have you heard the
I
original?
haven't heard the original.
Oh my! I understand why everyone's doing challenges.
Serious, because it's that bad.
Is that why it is?
Yeah, I think everyone realised that it's so bad that everyone's doing their own version.
I heard the.
Let me fix your tune for you.
I've seen a couple of obviously the freestyles over it. I saw the Mist one. I saw a couple UK artists as well, and they were actually alright.
Yeah.
But I haven't listened to the original.
Yo, do you think that's all that shit is a bit
Yeah, slightly.
I don't know.
when you rap it first, I think it's
Yo, don't get pulled down.
Blow the brains out the
But yeah,
Polly wanna talk.
I just think that the way that
I've said it sounds alright.
it's being put out, the way that people have jumped on it that fast, I won't even remember the original soon.
Don't listen to the original. It's terrible.
I just all I know that of that is the little video when they're in the studio.
Yeah, and doing a little bounce.
That's
innit?
it.
But isn't everyone's remixes gonna bring the original to the forefront? Like you'll hear it in the club now, drunk up and everything.
Nah,
Singing those words, innit?
I literally think it was like the beat, the little clip where the bounce in the studio that came out and everyone was like, yo, I can't wait for the song. Kodak, Travis, Offset, that should be big. Came out, everyone was like, yo, this is terrible. I'm doing my own version. That is literally, it's like people are doing their own version because it's really bad. And you know what the joke is as well? I was looking in the comments here, everyone's screaming for Tyga to jump on a tune.
That shows the levels,
But when has
shows the
when
time.
has Tyga ever been sought after?
It's magic.
Like people are like, yo, Tyga needs to get on. Tyga,
Nah, but no.
Tyga?
Now that you say it, yeah, Tyga would kill that
No,
tune.
Tyga would murder
Tyga would murder that tune.
But Tyga's being sought after.
What a
Like, yo, Tyga needs to do it.
The world is changing.
The world has changed. He got the glow up after the Kardashian. You get me? Super glow up.
I spun that well,
You get me? Yo, I'll write that, Write that.
It broke the curse for real.
It did?
It broke the Kardashian curse and his research.
Nah, but I heard that I've seen a couple. I haven't listened to the tunes because at the minute I'm refusing to even bother with him. But
Who? Tyga?
Kanye's got a couple
Oh.
tunes out with Tyga, brand new. I haven't listened to him yet.
So no, I had no idea.
He's got a couple tunes out with him, so
But
I don't know.
a couple of their old songs were decent, to be fair. Kanye and Tyga.
Nah, trust me, they were good. It's like what was his album?
Tyga had 2 sick albums that just went under the radar.
He did?
Yeah, Tyga. The one on the motorbike.
The one on the motorbike.
And then the one
The
with the
Kanye
tiger.
tune on the Kanye tune on that one with the motorbike, yeah, goes off.
Yeah, what's it called again?
That song is called. Don't ask me what I got
You
his
hear
album
it?
on it. Because I have got his album on it.
Kanye Tiger.
Where is it?
Feel Me. That's it. Feel Me.
I haven't got it on here. Wow. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Big tune. Big tune, you know.
Sounds like drill.
Yo, it does kind of stuff.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
big, man. Album's good.
How's that Tiger? I'm kind of happy for him.
I'm glad. You know what I
happy for him
mean,
because like, it should do his ZeZe challenge, but it should keep us waiting still.
Yeah.
Just wait for everyone's challenges to get dead and dry, and then
just
drop
drop
yours.
So you know what's gonna happen though? Like he's gonna drop his and then we'll be like, oh look at him now, trying to get involved.
Nah, but
Because I think his will be the best.
he's a bit the better one.
like, see, like his style matches the beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
You'd hear that with Tiger on it. It would hit in the clubs. So
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is a tune.
have you thought about doing one?
No. Nope. Just no.
How good are you? How good are you at freestyling?
Not.
Because I can load up the instrumental for you now.
No, thank you. I heard there was a girl from Wolverhampton who did it and she's become an internet meme.
Yeah, they're killing us still.
I don't want that to happen to
Killing
me,
her.
thanks.
She said something about Shaku on the beat, and it's just not even a beat that you'd Shaku to.
Oh gosh, you serious?
Yeah. So it's Laz or something like that.
Oh, man.
Yo, he's a beat man, no freestyle, man.
No, thanks.
Oh, here we go,
Yes,
Spark.
Here we go,
Hey,
Spark. Here we go, Spark. Here we go. Go on, drop the bars.
Go on, into the mic.
Adrian went to the PCA.
Hey.
He won an Iron Man on his right over
Hey.
there. Is it left? I can't tell from here. Yeah, rapping.
Hey!
Are you filming me?
Rapping.
Spock's definitely on the right side of the booth still. the outside. Stay out here, man.
Yeah, next.
I don't. You don't listen to our music. What are you listening to?
What am I listening to?
If you don't listen to no music, you gotta be listening to something.
Sound, like whatever's around me. Music, for listening to music, first of all, like this is how I listen to music right now. It's being played to me, so I hear it. Sometimes if I'm scrolling through the internet, I come across something, and if it does tweak my interest, I may listen to it. But whatever I'm exposed to is what I know I'm supposed to learn from.
Yeah.
And so I did it from a young age, back in like MCing days. I realized that listening to an MC, I will, if I'm not careful, become that MC. And so I wanted to keep myself as original as possible and just learn bits from what I may favour or may not. And I just took it with me for the rest of life. Like, it takes a lot for me to decide, oh, I want this album. I think the last album I owned, Leanne La Havas. Leanne La Havas. She's an independent artist, singer,
Leanne La Havas. You know Leanne La
beautiful
Havas?
woman,
Yo,
beautiful.
I saw her on JuiceWRLD like about 4 or 5 years ago, and like it's one of the ones. So I'm watching. I was like, who is that? It's not just because she's beautiful. Like
Okay, she got a fire still.
her music, like
Her songs are
she's
deep.
a talent.
Her voice is just, it's like
Absolute
maple
talent.
syrup smooth.
I found her still.
Should check her on the NPR.
Leanne La
Leanne La
Havas.
Havas. Just
I came across that. There was a producer that used to make really unorthodox beats. Like the way he produces beats. I'm just like, how the hell did you think to make that do that? And so we used to sample some interesting artists, and this was one of them that he sampled. And so I just wanted to hear more. And the album was just like, yeah. I used it to get through uni while I was feeling all sad and shit. Heartbroken and shit. But yeah, Leanne La Havas is one of them that goes down in history.
she UK.
Yep.
Yeah, this is 2015. I think.
This.
This is Blood, yeah. Yeah, first was 2012.
Good voice, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her first album was the one that I really dig. The second one was this type of music, which I don't like as much.
Okay, so what was the first one like? Give me a song. Lost and Found. That's what I start by it.
Which one's that one? Lost and Found? Which one?
Yeah, it's got a style by it, shall it?
Go on then. I'm not good with song titles. You know what? No. Go, what's the name of her first song? Don't Wake Me Up.
Yeah.
The way she harmonizes in this and everything. This is the one that I first heard when she, when I first heard her sampled, it was her doing this song.
Yes.
That's too much when I get pulled down.
I don't think everyone gets pulled down, you know.
Are you sure?
I think it's just certain peeps.
If this is the
I
last...
said that this is Warner still. So
I was gonna say.
Warner,
Yeah.
yo. I thought she's independent.
I thought she was as well. Damn.
Alright. So, let's talk about your music. Wait, no. Where's your music at, man?
Okay, when was the last time I actually released music? It's been a long time. The last music I did was with Wolf, actually. That's the last
Okay.
releases I did.
Yeah.
But I was going through some serious depression, and
Alright, sorry, not to interrupt them. But let's backtrack, because it sounds like you're just about to jump into it now. I want you to kind of start from like... Do you want to start from there? Because I know you got backstory, man. You've been doing this thing
Start
for a
where you
long
want.
time.
Yeah,
Don't
man,
mind.
long
From
time.
TYG to before, you get me? The TYG, there's a Drinky Thing, Start of a Bad Joke,
oh, there's a lot
projects
there.
that I feel like you haven't pushed,
True.
and Lucy's Mango Cream. like there's tunes out there, and I just feel like, yo, why is this guy not... Man, like, every time I see it, everyone that speaks about it, it's like, yo, musical genius, legend, rare, but not enough people know it.
Well, when you name all of those songs, to me it was a form of experimenting with music, but I didn't put any meaning behind any of it. And
The early stuff.
yeah, it was literally me fucking about. I was taking the piss out of anything possible, and so that's what brought forth the stop of music for a while.
When did you
Because I'd say I stopped before Wolf, because that wasn't even me really doing music yet. I stopped maybe 4 years ago. And it was after the Drinky Thing, because times got hard for one, but during those times it gave me an opportunity to think about what I am really about and to find myself and to communicate that better. And until I was able to do that, I wasn't making any music.
Yeah.
Like, in the depths of the depression, I was trying to write bars, and I was looking at what I was writing, and okay, I have to explain a little bit of insight. I thought I had a mental condition. I tried to put myself into a mental hospital and all sorts.
Yeah.
Turns out I'm all right. I was always crazy anyway. But I thought that the writing I was doing had the devil in it. Like, seriously, I thought, nah, this isn't right. Something's wrong with me. Like, what is happening to me? Why am I writing these things? And it felt like the darkest thing I could ever go for. And I was hesitating to do any of it. And I had to leave it for a while and just anyway, but I was just scared about what I was writing. That's the best way to put it. I was scared of myself. And now that I've gotten to where I am, I realized the fear was a necessary thing to find myself once again. I asked for that fear. Like, life was too good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it was too good to be true type of too good. So I wanted to experience fear, and I experienced it all. Yeah, I experienced it all down to having trying to gain schizophrenia. I wanted to experience it because I wanted to help people. I came across a guy that was homeless, and he said he had paranoid schizophrenia. And the only way for me to understand that is to experience it.
Yeah.
So I gave myself 5 minutes of having schizophrenia, and that voice in your head can be very overpowering. And all of these things, while experiencing them, all I wanted to do was be able to reason with them, so that when I write a song now, anyone experiencing that will be able to hear that point of reason.
Yeah.
And yeah, many years later, I've come and... Sorry, I'm distracted. Many years later, I've learned from all these things, everything that I've experienced. I've learned about depression. I've learned bits of mental health. I've learned about love and heartbreak. I've learned about fear. I've learned about family. I've learned about identity. And of course, I'm still learning those things, but it's what I put into music now. So I don't know what the new music's going to be like. Like, it's going to be, that's another fear that I have that I'm taking on at the moment. To share what I'm doing now is going to be scary because it's similar to this conversation. It's doom and gloom in it. We're in a stage now where depression's a big thing, but talking about it is a difficult one. Like, everyone wants to hear positivity and happiness. But nah, I like to say that I've been through the darkest of dark and learned from it. And that's what allows us to connect as humans still, to be able to share. Like, Instagram and all these cultures, it's showing us that you've got to have all these great things. Nobody shares on Instagram that they're having a shit day. No one shares on Instagram that they lost something or anything like that. Everyone shares, I got this new thing, check out this watch. Blinging watch.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's a way that we can share these emotions and these things in life that we all need to experience. And so through music, it's a platform to share the worst of me, but to put the lesson in with it.
Yeah.
And so I've tied it in what I think is a nice way to tie it in. Like, I'm not trying to go over people's heads with lyrics or anything like that. I'm not trying to show off any skills or nothing like that. I'm trying to give people a story. And so when I'm asking you guys questions about the music you're listening to at the moment, the reason I say what are they talking about is because no matter what song format you have, like, it can be trap, it can be R&B, it can be grime, it can be drill. What you're talking about in that song is what people are receiving and what influence they're getting.
Yeah.
So I'm taking these songs and I will touch the subjects that people like to hear in it, but I will touch the reality that I've learned from it. Like drill, that's about what? Drug selling, violence and sex. So I will talk about those things, but what is not making me feel human about it, or what is good about it? Because as bad as it is, like, a drug dealer is still a businessman.
Yeah.
It just depends on how they execute business. Like, these higher ups are selling drugs. Weed has become legal in some states as well. Pharmacist, that is a legal drug dealer. And I touch subjects like that in the music as well. I've done a song about psychedelics. I believe in psychedelics. I don't believe in hard drugs like cocaine and all that sort of stuff, but I believe in psychedelics because I've had experiences from those and they've taught me more about myself and the world and how to connect to people. I talk about love a lot in these songs, from the perspective of being a player, from the perspective of being played, from the perspective of hating the person that you're with, but still loving them and trying to, like, work out what it is, like, to put your ego aside and to look to them, for them to put their ego aside to look to you. For them women that are like, you know, them hurt women that are doing the most destructive things with their lives. Like what we call a slag or something like that. All of those type of elements, it's a woman that is hardened off from trying to be loved because of a bad experience. And so I link these stories, these experiences, these songs to mythology and to dreams. So let's take this woman, for example, Medusa. Yeah. She's a gorgon that turns men into stone. But that's what women are doing today. A hurt woman turns a man into stone. The man turns cold. He becomes heartless too. And so it's all of these type of things that I've looked at. I've experienced this. I link it to another story. I turn it into a dream, a story, and a song. And I want to share that with people. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to see how it goes anyway.
See, that's deep.
I just went deep. There's a lot that I can say on this, and you know, I get really passionate about it. This is...
See, I was going to ask if you make music for fun.
The truth is, yes, I used to.
Yeah.
The Drinky Thing was both experimental and fun. It was a social experiment to see the effects of alcohol.
Yeah.
And the fun side of it was every song I did, I was drunk of different types of alcohol. So one, I was drinking absinthe that was like maybe 60 or 80%. Another one, I was drinking vodka. Another, I was drinking rum. And I just choose a different scenario for each song. And the point of it was, again, a lesson. I wanted people to have fun listening to it, but realize getting too drunk can be fucked up. And you make all these mistakes and all that stuff. And that's why it ends with Charlie's Angel. It's like the last story of that episode. It's, as much as it introduces weed, it's the end of alcohol. And it's... Drugs in my stories is a woman.
Wait.
All the time.
Sorry, Charlie's Angels on Drinky Thing?
Yeah, it's the last song of Drinky Thing.
Not on this.
It's probably not.
Oh, okay, yeah, so I ain't got a picture.
But yeah, it's the last episode of, because the Drinky Thing was a story as well. I was gonna make a like mini movie to it.
Yeah.
And it was gonna be about someone, well, me really, going to uni, realizing that gyal are different to what they were like in school. And misbehaving to the point where I became addicted to alcohol. Like, eventually sad things happened to me. Like, I ended up with a child with the wrong circumstances, but bless that child because she brought us back together. And I remember drinking alcohol for breakfast, like in a breakfast mug. Everyone's gone home from uni. I'm still in my room drinking alcohol. And I thought the best way to reflect that is alcohol's fun. So everyone listens, it starts off fun, and it gets a bit more serious. Like, you hear some questionable situations in there thinking, hold on, why is somebody behaving this way? But we do lose our inhibitions on alcohol. And when we become sad on any stimulant, be it alcohol, weed, magic mushrooms, all of that sort of stuff, we then behave destructively. Our frequency changes to a destructive one. We experience all those things that are called a bad trip or being rough on alcohol. So the stimulants themselves aren't bad. It's ourselves, when we're in a bad place on those things, bad things happen. I like to present the, what's it called? What's that symbol now? Yin yang.
Yeah, the yin yang.
The yin yang of everything, and that's a big thing in my music. It's like duality. Whether it exists or not, I try and present that. So yeah, there's fun, and then there's a bit of seriousness as well.
I love Phone Me Drunk. I want to play it, but you have to listen to that as a whole.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's
the way it kind of.
Yeah, it's not even a song.
9 minutes. Yeah, it's 9 minutes. Like 9 minutes. Yeah, it's phoning different people. You know, let me find the clip. It's phoning different people. Yeah, just drunk.
Those two, yeah. Add some of this one in there. Mix
Maximum 2 sauce.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Which sauce you want, hurry up.
Oh, just give me whatever this is, man.
Just barbecue, yeah?
Yo, you rang me a couple times, innit, yeah? Oh, my bad. I was trying to find my man and must have typed the wrong name. But yo, what you doing tonight, fam?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, innit?
Oh, I didn't realise it was cold. Chilling on your own. Put on some clothes. Meet me on this road for some honest hoes. No novice knows or excuses. This alcohol is lonely. Oh, yo, police. Are you talking in this direction?
Yeah.
Chat with you.
Is it gonna be long?
Just listen, I can explain to you.
So what's with the attention?
We'd just like to have a little chat with you. You're wandering on the streets on your own, you know.
Yeah, have I done anything wrong?
No, but you know,
No,
we like to prevent crimes, and we just like to chat to the general public.
Yo,
Make
look,
sure
what's going on?
So, if you'd let me speak, please.
Let me speak when I'm an MC, spitting these bars on the heat streets. When you come round with the police beat, I don't really care. Cause you see, me and CDs running through the sea. You ain't got flows like that. You stop me, so that's irrelevant.
1-to-1. Look, I just want to sort you out, just make sure you're okay. If you'd like to come with me, sit in the back of the car, we'll have a quick chat with you. Get you on with the rest of the night, you know. There's no problem.
Yeah, but kidnap me and everything.
So if you're gonna cause a scene, I'm gonna have to arrest you.
No, you don't have to do anything.
I don't want that, you don't want that. Nobody else wants that. Just come with me.
Are you asking or telling me?
Look,
God,
you have to do this.
Oh.
Come with me to the back of the car.
I know what this
Otherwise,
is.
I'm gonna have to arrest you. So,
No.
come here.
Yo, hello. Yo, brother, walk on. Where you at?
Mad.
9 minutes, man. Just different people.
Mad.
Yo, it's mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely mad.
Even the ideas behind that were made when I was drunk. I did everything to do with being drunk. So I was like, I got this idea. I'm gonna do it. I'm drunk. I remember like even editing while I was drinking alcohol. So the things, there was videos for it. I didn't end up releasing any of them, but it was a big project. And I lost belief in it, sadly, but it was good. Like making that track in particular, there's a lot of attention to detail while losing attention to detail. Like a lot of that was freestyle as well. So I'm talking shit, but that's what happens when drunk. And so the attention to detail was like, just talk shit, because that's what a drunk person does. But the changes in music is like depending on what perspective you're from. So if it's the perspective of the person, like I call my friend and he's in his yard, so the music is what's an advert on his laptop.
Okay.
And I was taking a piss out of like One Direction and all that sort of shit in that piece of music there. But then as it swaps perspective, it turns to the original beat because it's then me in front of the police officer and he's on the other side. And so there was a lot of...
I just realised that he's still on the phone and don't get in the car, don't get in the car.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that before.
There's a lot of swapping perspective in that song. And so as much as it's like, it sounds like I'm literally just messing about, there was still thought behind it and ideas and experimenting with different ways to do it. Yeah. The situations, a lot of them are based on true stories.
I know, but that's you can tell though. You can tell. Like, I'm pretty sure most of us. Maybe not Adrian. You never drink. You never got that drunk, have you? Been abandoned after a night out, just walking around town on your own, trying to get home, trying to get a taxi, getting stopped by the police. You right, mate? Yeah, like trying to order a kebab.
Yo.
Like, to you? Many a time.
I'm sure in that song I get boxed in the face, and that happened. I'm running down the street and someone's tripped me up and I'm still in the middle of tripping and everything went into slow motion. It was like a dead moment. He realized. And so I made it, like I thought about it, like, did this guy just trip me up? Yes, he did. Okay, do I do anything or do I carry on running? Nah, I need to say something. Nah, but I want to run. And it was like two voices. The drunk voice was like, nah, turn the fuck around. So I was like, yo, what the fuck you think you're doing? It's like, what are you doing? I was like, huh? And then two other guys are coming and goes, yo, mate, calm down. I was like, what do you mean calm down? He's just, and a bang. And then it paused again, and the voice was like, nah, fuck him up, you got to. And then the other voice was like, wait, there's three of them, what are you going to do then? I'm like, okay, think of something smart to say. I was like, yeah, okay, watch when I call people, and walked off. I was like, yeah, handled that. Did not handle it. And I called the same person who's doing the audio there. I was like, yo, where are you? Come back. I've just been boxed. It's like, yo, hold on, and put the phone down. I was like, huh? He didn't ask where I am. And I didn't hear from him after that. Oh, gosh. So there are real situations. There's another situation in there with Natty C where I've called up a girl and she's got him in the yard. And the reality of what happened was there was a French girl that I was seeing in uni. French is good. But she gave me a hint that she's still interested. So one day I'm drunk and I've called her thinking, yeah, I might go there tonight. Called her, she was asleep, and she's talking, and I'm obviously trying to wake her up, putting in the work. But I've heard a guy take the phone and go, hey, mate, we're trying to sleep. And I burst out laughing on the phone.
You're not giving that idea.
And I was just taking the piss from there. So there's a lot of real life situations that I thought, let's turn it into the music, but show that this stuff really happens, man.
So you do make music for fun, then, innit? Technically,
I did. I still do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of seriousness to it where I have to make sure there is something portrayed as a lesson.
Is it more like now? It's more, as I was gonna say, more lessons more than just expression.
Definitely still expression. Like anything that I have learnt in music, I just incorporate it to what I already have. I'm not gonna lose too much of what there is. It's just. There was an element of silliness that I had that isn't as silly because I've matured as a person now. I'm a man, I got children and all that sort of stuff. And the silly music, it's just like, it's not quite music to me.
It had its time.
Yeah. It's real music has a lot of elements to it that I've learned since I've been reading about music and all that stuff. Like I'm studying it more. And the silly comedic stuff, that's not music, that's a skit, that's a comedy. So I was literally just being a comedian. And that's good too. People like to be able to laugh, and that's a good thing to share because laughter is a cure for pain. But also, pain itself has to be experienced. I'm saying the focus is pain, definitely. It just hopefully won't feel so painful, if that makes sense.
So how do you feel then, like, making music in this generation then?
Amongst what's happening out there?
Basically, in this climate. Like,
Occasionally, I won't lie, I get insecure and I'm thinking, boy, this is what people like. Like, the lyrics don't even have to be good and I'm spending years focusing on what I need to put into this song, what message I need to portray before I even write down the words. And someone's just talking about drugs, shoes, and hoes
Yeah.
on a sick beat. And I'm trying to make beats myself. And a lot of the times I listen to what people like and I'm thinking I should just go onto YouTube, download something and just vocal that because that's going to be easier received. But I'm taking that fearful challenge of, you know, I've made this, I'm going to share this. So it's a difficult one. It's risky. It's very risky. Like I could make something and it will just never be acknowledged. And that used to scare me until I realised that's not what I want to do music for anymore.
Yeah.
I think that's what I mean by I'm taking away the whole way I used to do music. I was doing it for people to like it. Now, you ain't got to fucking like it. You've got to learn from it. You can listen to that song once and it will change your life. It will change your way of seeing things. It will relate to some experience you've had and make you think, you know what, I can do better or something like that. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, the more I learn, the more I've got to put it back in there. I can't just learn it for myself and then hold on to that. I've got to share what I've learned. I'm making this too serious here, though.
Thing is, though, you know what? The one thing I think, yeah, because I've known you from young. You get me? It's like, for me, as a person that's older and seen you grow up, you think, how much do you give of yourself to experience and learn those things to help others, but you got to be careful it doesn't damage you.
Oh yeah, I've been warned about that loads of times. I made a choice, and to receive the damage was a choice. Like, that's another thing that we experience. Like, we want to be able to trust people, but when your trust is betrayed, we harden off to people again. We lock people out of our lives, and that becomes another lonely experience. And so I had to work out what it is about people that makes them betray trust, and that involved me betraying people's trust. I felt fucking horrible and guilty and all that sort of stuff, and I wanted to hide away when I did that. I felt like a lesser human being because I couldn't be there for my friends or my family or something, and I've had it done to me. So when it's done to me now, instantly I've got the understanding of, well, they're going through something. They feel a certain way. And anyone who does something bad, I always try and work out what has led them to that. It's like cognitive behavioral therapy. What are they suffering from that's making them have to use survival instincts in such a way? Like Wolverhampton, we talk about it being like this bucket of crabs that are all dragging each other down to get to the top. We're all trying to survive because survival here is difficult. Look how many fucking homeless people we've got in this city at the moment. And these are the people that obviously need it the most, but we need the money. So fuck them. I'm out here trying to survive. I always stop near a homeless person and talk to them long enough to know if they're trying to help themselves. Yeah. Because the danger, again, hurting myself, I put in all my energy to these people and they found out how to spin it to just get things from me. That was hurting me in the process and draining me. But then from learning from that, I think, okay, so the next approach, I have to adjust it because I don't want to give up on nobody. I don't want to give up on this world at all. And so then, it was just yesterday, I'm talking to this homeless guy, gave him £2 first, and then I asked him why he's homeless. It's like, you know, wife, she's cheating on me, blah, blah, blah. He's drawn the speech that all of them know how to do. I feel like they teach each other a sales pitch. I've done door-to-door sales. You do the pitch. You work out the response. Yeah, and I just need some. I was like, okay, what do you need the money for? Oh, I just need something to eat. I need some food. Of course, you stood outside Asda, but you haven't gone in Asda. When I've given them. So I do understand and work out these things. And he was like, oh yeah, so the one word that he said, the trigger word that made me have a good question was he said he wanted to start again. I was like, what do you mean by start again? Like, you know, I need to get my life on track. He's gone back into his speech. Every time they make these speeches, they can't even remain like eye contact. So he's looking away, I've got to do this. And he's just reciting this speech. And I asked him again, so what do you mean by change? We recited the speech again. I was like, what are you going to do for that change? And he looked at me confused. And then he started describing he'd get a job, he'd look after himself and all this stuff. I was like, that's good. So when are you going to do it? And he went back to the speech again, I just need to sort out my life and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no. And I repeated it 3 times to the point where he's asked another question. He goes, you mean I need to do it if I want this thing to happen? I was like, yeah. It was like, okay. And then I gave him some more money. I goes, okay, now you've got £5. You can do what you want with that. You can do this or you can do this. And I don't know what he's doing, but I'm suggesting there's one thing that you might be doing and there's something that you could be doing. And I just kept on doing that. Then I was like, passing on, like I said, if you get better and you do all this, you'll be the next person to help another person because you've been through it, so you know exactly what things are going to hold you back and all that sort of stuff. And I walked away from that moment and I thought maybe that lesson wasn't for him and it was for me.
Yeah.
What is there in my life that I'm saying I need to get on track with? I just need to do this and that. And so then my voice of reason for someone else becomes my voice of reason for myself. And that's the most enriching thing that can happen in life, because it's just like you're constantly leveling up by leveling up everyone else. The survival shit, that's learning how to... You're capping yourself because you've got what you think you need, but you're missing out on everything else, which is the connection that gives you more in an abundance.
It requires a lot of patience and faith, though.
Yeah, of course.
Not everyone's got faith.
I debate with Olivia every day about faith in humanity. We fall out over these arguments all the time. Like, part of my faith in humanity is destructive. And she always points out that, you just believe in, what's it called? It's not chaos, but the theory around it. Anarchy.
Yeah.
I believe in anarchy and dystopia and all that stuff. But I think that's because then we lose the things that we think we need. And I think that's a good idea because then we have to think differently.
Isn't that why we got EastEnders?
I love EastEnders, mate.
Nah.
You've been keeping up? No. You've been keeping up? Hey, you heard what's happened to Trevor recently? I heard he died. Mo hit him with a an iron.
That was Christmas special.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's the last time I watched EastEnders still.
Don't you think, this is changing the topic a bit.
That's fine.
Don't you think, like I said, you was up around the TYG days and that kind of thing. Don't you think, if YouTube and the internet was so like prominent then, that Wolves would just be different?
My goodness. When I look back at our old music and I see the plays that we were getting, I always think, imagine if we were that age with what we've got today.
Exactly.
Yo!
And you know what? It's a shame.
I'll be wearing Gucci doing Zania fucking hoes.
You got Westlee.
Westlee. My eyes would never be open on me like this. Yeah.
I kind of feel like a lot of that generation lost faith before before basically the internet and that, you know what I mean, the wave, before streaming, before YouTube. A lot of I want to call it the golden era of Wolves, you know what I mean?
Yes.
They fell off before the internet was so helpful, if that makes sense.
You know what's interesting about that? Before our generation, there was another golden era.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the club scene for an example. So we go out today and Wolverhampton looks like a town again. Like, we call it a city, but it used to be a town. You walk around. You know, when you walk into like ends and it's just like, like there's one club open, so you can hear music echoing. You can't hear people, you just hear the music. You see a couple old people, that's into it, and it's dead. Like, that's Wolves now.
I know.
That is Wolverhampton. And so before that, the club scene used to be popping. People used to come from London, from Birmingham, from help me here, Manchester, Stoke, Liverpool. All these cities were coming to Wolverhampton. That was another golden era. Look at Goldie.
Yeah.
He really, he worked it to his best so that he has a timeless thing going on. He will always survive in it from now. Whatever happens in whatever time is popping has to be utilised. So the disadvantage is the city and the actual reality, real life, is dropped, but virtual life has risen. So a presence in the virtual life is easy for anybody to obtain. We can have... Go on.
No, I mean, I think it's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but the fact is that one person in the middle of China could have 10 million people that know what's going on in his life. That's probably a very high number to exaggerate. Let's say 4,000.
Maybe the president of China.
China's very big.
4,000. Then I come across a lot of people that have got like a 4,000 follower amount, and that's like a decent place to be. And I'm thinking that never used to happen when Wolves was in its golden era. So to combine the two, it would be incredible. But imagine Wolves' golden era for us was everything happening to what we knew could happen. But now the amount that can happen has opened up. So it's just that era is small to how it's expanded. And so obviously the difficulty comes with it because the expansion means we are now connected to the whole world, not just Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
Imagine the fans of Wolverhampton that we were gaining. So they all listen to Wolverhampton music because they're in Wolverhampton. Occasionally, if radio brought American music, they'd have it. Now the internet, you can get music everywhere. So that's just exploded the expansion. If we find life on other planets and all that sort of stuff, then it's alien music we're listening to. It's like, yo, I can't get no tunes played from Wolves, man.
Yeah, I feel like he was part of like the golden generation. Like there's obvious names like Zio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then there's like TNG and that. Who else is there?
So we split it into olders and youngers, innit? So in the youngers, there was, let me think. I'm going to do it from what I remember that I had to. Skips, Darky, Crawler, KC, Klepto, Menace, Don Mena now,
Vital was still doing it.
Vital, TRG, Juice.
Don't like that juice bread in.
Don't like that juice guy. He's a bit suspect still.
Blazed, J-Dot, Nitro,
Lydian, the whole team.
Lydian, Outlaws, Younger Stakes. Then there's the oldest, Higher Stakes, TNG, Chaos Soldiers. I remember Birmingham started getting the influence with Deadly and
NODB, innit?
NODB, that's the one.
Mayhem.
Devilman before the Devilman thing happened.
But mainly the Wolves guys, cause I just feel like there's so many names that we can reel off in so many moments. Even
Natty C.
what's his name? Schizo, Natty C. But I remember I had a Schizo diss track over there to prison. Prison Lil, and someone sent to me by email, and I was like, you know what?
By email?
Yeah. Someone emailed me like a zip of bare old tunes, and I just listened to that one. I was like, yo, just back like that was a big thing then. Like all the back
everybody
and
was dissing each other.
Tan going back and forth with Angle and like
NRB.
But then you think like now, in this age where the heights can be reached, how many of them guys are still doing it?
That's what you mean by
that's
Las
what I'm
Vegas.
saying. Yeah.
Because
Whoa.
you got to think probably their personal situation has changed.
Of course. I mean, like not just lost faith in the music, but just life.
Yeah, life
changes.
is a lot of it is
But,
life.
like, if we had those staple names still pushing in this generation,
you see,
it'd be a force.
I definitely see it as life because I end up hearing from people like Magpie.
Yeah.
He's got in contact to say I'm getting back on music. You hear a lot of them say they want to get back on music.
Yeah.
But when we grow into what is called real life, like as children, like, oh, wait until you experience real life. When we get into that, it's like, it just becomes a dream in the background. And to be able to stay focused on that dream, it's difficult because then you've got to make decisions. You got to take gambles and all that. Like every day, the conscious of thinking, am I looking after my family? Am I doing enough by prioritizing music? Is it the right thing to do? And I've always got to say, I am going to make sure I achieve what I need to achieve from it. Yeah. And I will do it or die trying. I will do this till I'm dead or dying. I'll type Vital.
Because like I said, he was doing it from 05,
he's a living example of if you keep doing it and you believe in that, you will get there.
Remember Bud?
Bud, man. Outside J.A.
Outside James, man.
It's mad, man. What's your relationship with Zio?
Now or then? Then, okay. Then, let's say when I just started music, just before that, my nickname was Shut Up. So, like getting into music, I couldn't show an interest to Zio. It was actually me and you that first started looking at rapping. It was in my kitchen. And I had that old bar, I want to come against Westlee, Westlie, Westlaw. Want to test me, test I. Okay. I was trying to make up my name. I didn't know which name. I was coming up with different names. And we were both just like sharing our ideas. Because I went to Don't Store Youth Club. I remember telling you about it. And I saw Magpie there. And he was like, then up on the microphone, I run up on the microphone. And he spat bars through the window. I was like, raw! This guy just come through the window, grabbed the mic, spat bars. And everyone was going wild. I was like, wow, what is this? And I was like, nah, I'm going home and writing bars. So when Zio caught on to me doing that, he was trying to convince me not to do it. because it's his thing. Like, you know, brothers, older siblings, like, what's the little one trying to copy me for, man? So he tried to be as nice as he could about it. But there was a lot of to and fro and stuff, so I thought, okay, to continue, I'm going to have to do it in secrecy. And I started writing my lyrics in pictures. And so he comes sneaking in and go, what are you doing? There's just little drawings on a piece of paper. I was like, oh. And walked off. And I kept on doing it in disguise like that. I had a secret compartment under my wardrobe where I'd hide lyrics. Like, there's a drawer and there's a space under it. So I used to shove paper in there, hide lyrics and everything. And
one sec. You used to write lyrics as pictures.
Yeah.
Why I mention this? And I didn't really get. Explain how do you write lyrics as pictures?
The Egyptians used to write in hieroglyphics. How the hell did they know what that meant?
So you basically you doing emojis before emojis.
I guess so. Yeah.
Right, sorry, the secret compartment. Go.
Yeah, so eventually I ended up in the same school as Magpie. So this guy to me is like a legend. I want to impress him, and I saw him showing him bars, and he's like, yo, you sick, we should MC together. We'd always MC around each other, and obviously word got out. My brother found out.
Yeah.
I was like, uh-oh. I turned up in the same youth club, and he really looked vexed. I was like, I tried to hide, and he left. I was like, oh, okay. But TYG I heard about, there's like, I was starting a younger crew, and obviously it's like a dream, like, if I could be in that group, blah, blah, blah. He tried to be cool. It's a weird way of cool about it. It was like, yo, come to this. Yeah. It wasn't going to be like, how would you like to be in it or anything for me to get excited. It's like, you're in it. And so I couldn't be excited, but I had to be calm, like, yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, cool. And that's when I met people like, they were selecting what they were saying was the best youngers. So it was me, Obscene, and a DJ called Razor. And then they were just going to be selecting all the best youngers that they could find.
Is he still around?
Callum Beatty.
Is that Obscene?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what he does now. Like, we had a fallout when I left TYG.
Yeah.
Which I didn't expect to happen. Like, we became best friends. And we'd share, we'd theorize how to write music. We'd just walk, sit on a curb and just, like, discuss how different things are done, how to make metaphors, how to do multis, all of that sort of stuff. Then when I left TYG over issues with my brother, he was like getting rushed left, right and centre. I remember going out with a sword to try and defend him a couple of days. So when I think beef, I think computer games. So yeah, with a sword just running around. And yeah, it was a crazy time. So I had to leave for my mum's sake. She's like, no, you're not staying in this. And I was saying to Obscene, like, I still want to work with you. Like, we've invested a lot of time into what we've done. But TYG were offered to be part of a set with SLK, Flirta D, Suavo, all of those people there. And so one day it's like, move from me, you dickhead. Whoa. I turned up, do you remember Eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned up there and TYG were already a part of it. Instantly, Klepto is the hilarious guy who will make a funny situation out of anything. He goes, unwanted guest. Everyone burst out laughing. And so that caused the gap there. But this was meant to be about my brother. I don't know how I got into this. From there, one day, after all of that, my brother had to move into my grandma's. And it was another time we started doing a bit of music together. He recorded a song for me and he admitted that he thought I was good. I was like... It's like, you're good? And he hadn't told me anything before this. Every time I show him something, I don't like it. Listen to this beat, I don't like it. I couldn't show him bars anyway. I always had to hide those. Everything was, I don't like it. And he admitted that he always thought I was good. And so that to me was an instant moment of comfort. And I didn't get gas from it, luckily. It was a humbling thing to know, like, the person that I wanted to impress the most was always impressed. And I was just trying really hard for no fucking reason. I could have just been okay with it if I knew anyway. And then skip forward to today. Well, skip a bit in between, like, there's always moments where we try and collaborate and work together as brothers, and then something happens and we become distant again. And I don't hear from him for the longest of times. But now real life has happened. He entered a depression as well. And because I'd already had mine, I was there for him. I was there to share it with him and to see him through it and make sure that he would get to where he needs to be. And I think that gave us a stronger bond. We went to Jamaica together and he was amongst me and my family. And he realised that there's another life, so to speak, because he was really focused and determined in his music.
Yeah,
As much as he's quit
Yeah.
like 3 times, every time he gets like to a peak point, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm done with music. But you can ask him about that. Ask him
Yeah.
about solitary confinement, working with
Yeah,
Jamie,
just it.
bassline. But yeah, to see how he is with me recently is a reward to me. It's a big thing to know that I've got my brother and he's got my back.
Yeah.
Like when I don't want to run Wolf, but when I was in Wolf, he was concerned for me. He was concerned that I wasn't valuing myself, because while I was in Wolf, I wasn't valuing myself. I didn't think that I had any value. I just thought I was there to make everyone else look better. And so he was like, why are you doing it? Make sure this, make sure that. And from there, I started to get hints of him having my back. Today, we're both in a good place. So to be around each other, we laugh and joke, we talk about music, we discuss things, we do what brothers do. And I used to look at other brothers that fight each other and think, I wish my brother would beat me up.
Yeah, I know about that stuff.
So yeah, man, I got a good bond with him now and I'm really happy, man.
Did you two used to fight?
Me and him,
Yeah, Adrian.
when we was younger.
Adrian.
But after a while,
He used to win.
batter him.
I was younger.
He was younger.
You know, I was big but soft.
Oh, okay.
I would batter him.
Right.
Nah, this ain't no jokes, yo. Nah, 'cause you know what it is. You know what it is. Me,
I didn't even say, oh, nah,
I got an
still.
older brother as well. Still. Nah. Because we got an older brother as well, innit? So it was just a case of like everyone just got licks, like thumping each other. Everyone just like boom, boom. And
I'm looking for the person to punch and there's no one. slap. I'm looking around. I just slap myself.
but yeah, man, but it's all love, man. He's tough, innit?
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
brothers are for, man. You
brothers are
fight each
for.
other and train.
I remember
Once-
one time, I'll tell you something now. One time I was at school, yeah, and Tim was supposed to have had a fight. Yo, I want to say the whole of the school, I don't even know what happened. I was in the sixth form common room, yeah. People running up to me, Adrian, Tim's had a fight. I'm like, yo, where is he? He's had a fight with, and he's one geezer that I know, one of my brethren. And I was like, yo, what happened? I'm trying to find out now. I'm like, this bare youths just running up to me. Oh, Tim had a fight. Don't worry though, we helped him. As soon as those words came out, and I was like, where's Tim? Went to find him. Tim's blessed, Tim's like, oh, what going on? It's like, didn't you just have a fight? And it's like, yeah, it's just nothing major. And then, like, I'm going to talk to the boy that it is. And then all these kids are running up to him, clapping him, thumping him. One boy must have got one. Nah, I'm not joking yet. The branch must have been like 6 foot long, There must have been one tree branch, yeah. And bust it over his head. I was like, you know what? Because when I was trying to talk to him, he was running backwards like I was going to thump him up. I was like, I'm not going to hit you. I just want to talk to you. What happened? And then all these kids thumping him up. And the boy brought the tree branch over his head. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going. I'm going. And then I went back, 2-2s. Next lesson, I'm in the head teacher's office. You get me? Adrian, so what happened? Who was it that was hitting him? I'm sitting there, obviously I don't snitch, innit? And there's bare kids, and I knew all of them. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know who it was, And they say, no, I'm sure you must remember. I was like, I can't remember. It's all a blur. Can't remember. So yeah, don't snitch. Even at school, don't snitch.
Speaking of so that was like a group working. So basically, speaking of like groups, because obviously it just got back to the group. I'm trying to segue. My man got a group meeting. Westlee is part of a group. You get me, and he's been part of groups, and you do music with Shiv.
Yeah. Back in the day, don't stop.
Yeah. I was at Shiv actually. I seen him for a long time. Have you ever not been in a group?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've actually
Loads
made
of
music on your own.
Yeah, my music is actually mainly focused on my own. If you look at tracks that I'm featured on, it's a minimal amount of features. But when I think about it, my own music don't get released, does it?
That's
Okay. If we look at what
I've heard you with Wolf, with UFO.
Yeah.
Seen you performing with countless people.
The reason I work with groups is because there's a lot to learn, and I share what I've learned to level people up, and I gain what they've learned to level up in return. When people ain't teaching me anything and I'm just teaching them, I'm being siphoned of it. So eventually I'll just back away and say, okay, you've learnt enough. I'm going to go and do what I'm doing now. But I don't feel against being a part of something. Like, that's the whole point for me. I don't want it to be a completely lonely journey. Yeah. I was looking at Quincy Jones's documentary. This guy can call upon any artist,
boss,
anybody. He's on so many songs. When you look at his track list,
Oh yeah.
and that's inspiring. It's inspiring. When it comes to music, I want to be a social. What is the word? Is it butterfly?
Yeah.
I'm social butterfly. I'll take Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, when there's an opportunity like that, I'll be a part of it. I won't be a complete part of it, and I never have been a complete part of any group, from TYG to Bodman to what else have I been in? UFO, Wolf. I've been in anything else?
I feel like using something else.
I might have been in something else. But yeah, there's always a group that I will be a part of, but it's a percentage, because there's still a bigger picture that I'm working. City Hippies. Yeah. That was a fun experience still. The music was weird, but it was fun. Acoustic folk rap.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. I seen it, so I was like, oh, Westlee.
It is one of them things. A lot of people were like, what's he doing?
He good, man. Some music, man.
Didn't you hear some country rap from the Americans?
Country rap from Americans.
I'm sure you play some country rap in here.
Oh, probably. No, I don't mind it.
It was there before?
No. I'll get what you're saying.
All those things for the sake of experience. And so I wasn't going to promote those things as a release or anything like that. I was going to experience it and put as much in to make those things improve and to be a part of their journeys.
For me, it's more, you haven't really got many songs out there.
I know.
And I just want to hear more songs. They're coming.
They're coming. They are definitely coming.
That's in the future, in the pipeline.
When shall I make a release? All that is missing from my songs is mixdowns.
Okay. So before the end of the year.
What are you smiling at?
You know how to mix down here. Nah, you see this whole.
So you're gonna see some bookings from Nigel Richmond.
Nigel Richmond.
Nigel Richmond.
You want to know why it's Richmond as well? Because the person who cancels my bookings likes money, and so I thought, let me involve a little money in my name. You ain't ever gonna cancel that. But yeah, a lot of people I've worked with, because I am willing to do whatever it takes for them to get where they need to get. Yeah. I know a lot of that's going to come in return. Yeah. So some of it doesn't, fair enough. But there are people that I've worked with that I know will help me to get where I need to go. Like, now that I am at the stage where I know I'm making music that I value as music, a lot of things that set in line, like I know who I can turn to and all that sort of stuff. And so it's a beneficial experience. If I was to focus on what you're saying, like, why was I working with these people, I'd see it as the survival mentality again if I didn't. Whereas I wouldn't have had the experiences like working with City Hippies, because that was probably my weirdest one out of what I've done. Like, that's very far from what I was usually doing. But I got to go to festivals, small festivals amongst, hippies and all that sort of stuff. And for me, it was learning that there's something for everybody, and there are people who truly seek music because they love music. There are communities, like there's one festival that was in a forest. That one is superb. I've gone back twice.
What's it called?
Festival 8.
Yeah.
These people, like, they'll set up mud wrestling and all sorts. Like, they go all out. They had fireworks. They've got, obviously people come with a bit of drugs, but not as much as like a V festival or anything like that. There's family things, like you can go with your children, and the people there are all there for whatever reason, but it's to share something. And sometimes that feels good. I don't want to be like a celeb musician, you know what I mean? I'm still a human being, and to become a celeb is to become a product. I don't want to be that. I don't want to push anything in that way. So I wanted to learn as much as possible. I was considering joining a choir. I'll do all that sort of shit so that I can learn everything about music.
Yeah.
When you love it as a passion, you're going to do that. Or you're just going to follow what is current and make trap, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And drill.
And drill. And what happens when trap and drill's gone? You're going to be doing whatever else there
Afro
is.
swing.
Oh, is that the IB for road rap?
Is that what you call it? IB for road rap.
IB for road rap. That's become pop music now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just basically.
That's what I mean. But I know that a lot of us as artists, when we hear that stuff, we're not interested in it at first, but we think, okay, everybody's doing it, let's try it. And every single time we're losing a bit of ourselves if we're not careful. Like, I do love fusing genres, so I will listen to what's good about it and I will fuse it with something else. You will hear jazz drill and it will sound good.
Oh, big idiot.
That's okay. So there's things to be excited about in my new music. I'm fusing genres together. Like trap, I've fused with classical. I've fused jazz with hip hop, with reggae. I'm trying to do at the moment. Like, all music has a culture to it and all that stuff. So I'm trying to join cultures. Like I did my essay on this at uni, and how genres have these certain things, and if you try and blend certain elements of them, what is the potential that comes from it? I got an all right grade, but I definitely didn't touch the subject properly. So yeah, it's a part of a life experiment that I'm doing.
Cool. You mentioned Kendrick.
Kendrick Lamar's sick.
What's your top 5?
Don't get him started.
Rappers.
Yeah, of all time.
Hold on, let me get closer on this.
Oh no. Okay.
I felt like I had to ask her, like, you said that you don't
Okay.
listen to music, and then you
I
mentioned
don't.
Kendrick.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking,
that's
okay,
what I mean. Kendrick.
You know your stuff then,
Kendrick got
so-
the album listened to.
Spotlight on him. Yeah.
I know people weigh out Kendrick and J. Cole as well, but Kendrick. So J. Cole isn't on the list. Sorry, J. Cole.
Say that.
No, it's
You mean
good.
Top 5 of all time or top 5 right now?
Of all time.
Right now.
I'm just gonna say top 5 in general because I don't listen to that much.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to say I want to listen to someone. Eminem doesn't make it either because he's very skilled. So I rate him as like what he does, and I respect everything he does. But but he's white now. Eminem, I just didn't listen to. That's the only reason it's not on my list, and it's probably because what his message is about. I love his skill set. So when I do listen to him, I'm like, wow, we just did this and he did that. And I'm thinking, yo, this guy is sick. But I don't take it in for what I want to put into myself. Like, when you're taking music, you're taking in some of them things. And he's gone through a very troubled life. And what he's done about that trouble means that he's still going through it.
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to put on my list, Busta Rhymes is for my childhood favourite.
Big.
You put me to Busta Rhymes?
Seriously?
Bro, your mum technically.
Yeah, my mum.
Yeah. After school, was it Wusa video?
Which one?
I don't know.
Woo-ha.
Woo-ha.
We say, bad words.
Busta Rhymes, yeah.
Earlobes, innit?
Busta Rhymes is what influences the fun music I make. And the beats he uses
That's
and
the
everything.
thing. Yeah, we might. Yeah, I can see.
Today's
the
Busta Rhymes, no.
influence in you.
Yeah, today's
Yeah,
Busta
yeah,
Rhymes,
yeah.
no. Busta Rhymes of then, when he's,
Yeah,
yes,
Oh, yeah.
before he made the chop, man.
Yeah, I know, innit? He lost all his power. The power's in
Trust
the
me,
hair, you
power's
know, the
gone.
power's in
My
the hair.
power level is lowering.
Alright, so, okay, I'm guessing no order. Kendrick, Busta.
Yeah, there's no order.
Yeah.
Kendrick, Busta, Chance the Rapper,
Okay.
then Not Now.
Yeah.
He's gone pop. He's Biebered. I don't know why. Yeah, didn't he do a track with Justin Bieber?
I think that's his brethren, though, technically. So he says.
It's his friend. Yeah.
Then it's probably what I do with the whole working with people thing.
Yeah.
So, okay, fair enough. Chance is still there. Who else? Rapper wise. No Tupac, no Biggie. Lauryn Hill. She raps. A lot of the rappers that I'm going to say aren't exactly rappers, the poets. And I think that's what it is about them.
Yeah.
How many have I said?
4.
4. Let me think of one more.
Fifth one's always the hardest, you know.
I know. It's such,
What? Tyler the Creator or not?
I don't like his music. He's a cool person. Like, I do like his music, but I don't like it enough. I think he's just cool. He's a cool character. It reminds me of my childishness. His joke. It's fun to watch, and his videos are fun. He's a good creative.
Yeah.
But rapping There's nothing in the lyrics that are, you know, yeah.
He's a good visionary.
Yes.
Yeah. Nas?
I haven't listened to enough Nas to say. I don't know if I've listened to that many rappers after that. I listen to them, but I don't take them in to say this is a rapper that I'm gonna invest in.
4's okay if you want to leave it as 4 still.
Yeah, we'll go with 4.
Yeah.
Watch me think of something later. I'm gonna be like, yo.
Dre.
Nope.
Nope. You have to like take a video yourself, yeah. They would send it in post production, you get me?
One thing to say about Drake is he's done good, but I can't respect some things that he does.
Yeah.
So he's a business rapper.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Definitely.
Business rapper. He can't lose. He's got the meme culture behind him when it comes to battling. I respect what he's done for women's songs, but he's not encouraged them in the right way. He's encouraged women to stay slags, but know that it's lovable. No, women need to respect themselves and make better choices when they're behaving like that. Sorry to use the word slags. That's not the word to use, but it's quicker to use. Yeah. So I'll learn a new word. Yeah. To
Say monopoly pieces.
to monopolize in their.
Jermaine Penn style, Monopoly.
Hey, we're gonna get to that.
Okay. But yeah, he's not giving them something to take away his value. Even that song that bare people were liking with that Lauryn Hill sample. No, I get he's trying to say, you know, strength and power to women, but he ain't saying nothing.
It was building up for the baby reveal, basically. It just God's plan.
Countdown on the website.
Basically, yeah, just ticking off
Yes,
boxes.
Drake.
Giving out money.
Yeah.
Gifting
So yeah, he's an entrepreneur. He's rich, but he's not a poet. He's not a poet. He's good though. He's good. I wouldn't say, yo, Drake, you whack.
Nah.
I'm saying, nah, you good.
Alright, I need
Definitely.
to go to the toilet. Should we take a break and then come back and do
Yeah,
this?
sounds good.
Alright then.
Yeah, I can carry on running if you want still. But man's been back on my water this week. So.
I'm laughing now. You're just comfortable, like standing there in your socks.
Yo, it's
Birthday tomorrow.
Just flexing. I got some new socks for my birthday. Actually, they were pretty sick, multicolored. Got a pair.
Christmas sock guy.
Christmas socks. When it gets to socks on your birthday, you know that people ain't got anything to get for you anymore.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what birthdays are now. I'm old. I accept it. I like the socks though. I like them. Got some socks, some boxes.
You can never like have too many. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always lose or break them or something.
Yeah. It's like it's the gift you give to someone when they have everything.
It's true. Yo, been trying to work out what to get my brother for his birthday. What do you get someone who has everything?
Get that nigga some socks.
Yo, oh man, don't bring this out until after November, please.
Yo, I could do a new code or something. Yo, I like that. Yo, get me a new phone. Yo, what's your Pringle game save?
What's your Pringle game?
Pringle game save, fam.
Yeah.
No crisp, what's your Pringle saying?
What it was for me a few years ago was alcohol.
Yeah.
Everyone decided I was an alcoholic because of what I was eating. Oh, you're easy to buy for, you are. I can just get you alcohol. When I heard that, I stopped drinking. I was like, nah, I ain't drinking anymore. This is what I'm getting for Christmas because of a habit. I think a present, a present should be what reminds you of that person.
Yeah, makes sense.
And so people were reminded of me by alcohol. I was like, oh no.
Still rolling.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
What are you expecting to get for your birthday, bro? What would you like to get for your birthday?
Some shoes.
Yeah.
I love it. Nah, I think people that, like we just said about the alcohol, people always get me alcohol for my birthday. So. Yeah, I get bare bottles. But
Baby Sham, got some cherry bean around the corner.
I'll take whatever.
some white lightning.
Oh no, I wouldn't even drink that stuff.
What's White Lightning?
The homeless drink, basically.
I drank a homeless drink, yeah.
For homeless guy.
No.
Oh, thank you.
I don't go that far. What's it called? Scrumpy Jacks or something like that? A cider.
Yeah, that's not even too bad. So that's not
Yo,
too bad.
it's dangerous.
Is it?
Maybe it was out of date.
We
I
had
bought,
that
yeah.
conversation about that.
Drank some Scrumpy Jacks, yeah. I bought a crate, 25 bottles for £5, just small ones. Like, yo, I ain't letting that offer go. I'm a student. Cheap alcohol. Put it in my mini fridge.
Now, them ones who catch, you know, like I said, White Lightning. I've never tried it, but I can imagine. But have you drink a drink called
K.
Hey, cider.
It's black can, red K on it. Lethal.
Right.
Yo,
Mad.
I'm telling you,
Is it?
Scrumpy Jacks. Scrumpy Jacks must have heroin in it. I drank two small bottles. I drank. I have never experienced actual blacking out, but still being conscious. A blackout, I'm knocking someone's door. A blackout, I'm doing things with her. A blackout, I'm walking out her route. No, a blackout, and I'm still trying to. I goes, it's only been 25 minutes. She goes, it's been 2 hours. I'm like, a blackout again. I'm naked in the corridor, knocking her friend's door, trying to ask her for coursework material to do some revision. A blackout and wake up in the morning.
Uni's alright, isn't it?
What's that drink called?
Out of date, Scrumpy Jacks. You only need 2. That's it.
That was the lethal stuff. Should we get into the Did You Sees?
Yeah.
Oh, about the socks as well. I'm just like, this birthday, my goal is to just be comfortable and relaxed. I never relax, and I'm very rarely comfortable. So, socks. Yeah, that's my goal today still.
I got socks still. Got a good set of socks.
Did you see what I done? Gave me the black pants left and the white ones.
If you didn't know, it's the segment where we talk about things that you might have seen on the timeline or the newspaper, headline, article, usually non-music related, but sometimes it is. But yeah. So, you got anything?
Yes. Wiley.
Yeah.
Oh, the rant about Skepta.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. That's why I
Right.
I don't know the
he's
backstory on it.
I don't know what the full backstory is, but Skepta was saying, Wiley was saying, how's he making tunes with Dizzy Rascal? Yeah. And saying how he's jumping on tunes with Dizzy, was it Stefflon Don as well?
Yeah.
But Jamie's saying that Skepta's told him don't release no music.
Well, did Jamie say that? Has Jamie came out and said
I don't know if
anything?
Jamie's come out yet.
Yeah, because it's like Wiley's saying that
But-
Skepta's stopping Jamie from making music.
Yeah.
And he also mentioned that Skepta stole Boy Better Know from Big H.
Yeah.
And like, I was going on the timeline, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, everyone knows that Skepta stole it from Big H. But the thing is, like, I didn't know it personally, I wasn't really too into grime. But there's a whole new generation that wouldn't even know that. So
Yeah.
it is still like poignant, however you say that word.
Poignant.
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 Pugnant.
Poignant.
Yo,
Yo, the vocab's just...
I had a good sleep last
Pugnant.
night still. I had a good sleep.
Yo,
Pugnant.
don't go there. Yo.
Poignant.
I said poignant.
You didn't say poignant.
I
You
said,
said,
no, I said poing. Well, I put the
Poignant.
no,
G
you
there.
didn't. You said
I said
poignant.
poignant.
You said poignant.
I didn't
He
say
didn't
pug.
say pugnant.
I didn't
But
say
if he
pug.
said pugnant, we wouldn't know what he was talking about.
That's why I'm sitting there like this. What are you talking about, poignant?
I say again.
The
Poignant.
word repugnant.
Poignant.
There is a word
Poignant.
called repugnant.
Point.
There is a
I know that
word
word. I do know
called
words. I just don't say them. I type them.
Juice is a guy that, you know what Juice is? Juice is a guy that he comes up with a word, yeah, and if it doesn't have the red line under it, he don't say it. He's like, no, that makes sense. Delete that.
Ever, like, get that red line, you try to spell it 1 or 2 times and it's still wrong. You're like,
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
J-word.
Done there, sir.
I do that all the time. So current.
But
No,
I
but, yeah.
don't know how. Don't get me wrong, like, it's not something you expect to hear
From Wiley.
from well, yes and no about Wiley, because Wiley's kind of like, yo, if I think it, I'll say it. I'm not bothered. But it's not the thing you'd expect to hear about Skepta, because that's his brother.
So I see like he's a certy guy, isn't he?
And that's your brother. That's your blood. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
But once again, that's from one side.
that's from one side. We need to hear what
Yeah.
Skepta says about it.
And hasn't Wiley got a lifelong vendetta with Dizzy anyway?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Soon as
That's
I
what
heard
he
that,
said.
boy, this guy
He said,
still
why
hates
you-
Dizzy.
Yeah, of course. He says, why you still, like, you know, making tunes with Dizzy, and, like, why you still, like, you know, backing him? Because he was against us. He was trying to tear us down.
Is that what happened?
I
Long
thought you know.
story.
You
Do you know
was into grime.
I was out of the loop a lot, you know. I was even out of the loop for Dragon Ball Z towards the end. Like, ZeZe started watching episodes without me and I just couldn't catch up.
You should make Insta stories. Pagan. Pagan. Should do right there.
Nah, but there's still some bad blood, definitely. I know there is, because I heard about what happened when ZeZe got stabbed.
Oh yeah, that situation.
So that situation there, obviously, could have been worse. You get me?
Yeah, it's just weird that whole outburst. Like, okay, if I'm Wiley or if you're Wiley, do you feel that Skepta shouldn't be able to make songs with ZeZe? Like, if you got a beef, everyone should have that beef, basically.
All right. That makes a segue into something else.
Yeah.
That you're probably going to go into anyway. Now, me, it depends what it is. If you stabbed up my brethren, or no, if my brethren got stabbed and he's blaming me, I'm expecting you to, like, at least feel a way about working with him.
Yeah.
You get me? Now, obviously, Skepta, he may have said, well, that had nothing to do with me directly. But Wiley feels away, so I can understand what he's saying. It's just a point of, you can't tell anybody how to react about anything. You can only give advice. You can't tell someone, you should react to that like this because you're not them. So you got no right. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, it's a tricky one for me. It's tricky. And
me personally, I feel like if I've got beef with someone, I wouldn't feel about it. I
don't expect my brethren to take it up.
Yeah.
I don't. That's me though.
But if they did, I'd feel
That's
away,
me.
but I wouldn't outburst. I just have to, like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cool.
Like, you are actually free to do what you want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
If it
I'd
was
feel away.
me personally, if I've got drama with someone else, I don't expect you to pick up the drama because that's my drama, and let me deal with it the way I deal with it, and I don't expect you to get in any mix up business because I'm not that person. I don't expect you to, but it's like the same way. I may act different. It depends on what it is. It depends what's happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it depends what's happened. But talking of people picking up beefs, you heard the Pusher interview, not interview. Conversation.
Yeah.
Now,
Pusha T was on Joe Budden's podcast.
yeah.
Basically, do you want to explain?
What
From Drake on the shop door. You have to go back from there.
See, I do want to go on that, but I don't want to go on that. I'll let you talk about more on that.
Yeah.
But my point is this whole frenemies thing. And that's what they are. Kanye and Drake, they are frenemies. Now, obviously, it must have been going on for a long, long time. You see what I'm saying? And from my point of view, it's like, this is just me, though. This is just me, because I'm old school like this. If you know a man, yeah, and he's got kind of something, there's something there, and I'm with you, yeah, and I know there's something, it's not said, like,
Hold on,
literally.
what's something? What do
I'm
you
on
mean?
about between Drake
Beef,
and
is it?
Kanye, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, there's a little beef or something.
Yeah.
There's something, there's an ill feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm your brethren, like good brethren. Just because I'm me, I'm not going to be all, you're right, brethren, because I'm still going to be having up my guard. You see what I'm saying? I'm still going to have my guard up because I know there's like, you still got a beef with my man, you get me, my brethren here. So, don't expect me, friendly, would ya? And it's a case that Kanye is weird. He's weird. Now, the reason why I say he's weird is because it's like...
It's the only way to describe him now after what he's been doing.
It's like, I think, well, if you've got this feeling towards Drake, yeah, then just wash your hands of him. But it's like, no, you have him overwhelming. You help him. He helps you write songs. You don't even use the song correctly the way you were supposed to. And then, like, obviously, if Pusha drops his thing and then he says, it's nothing to do with me, and it may have been nothing to do with me, may have had nothing to do with Kanye, which is what I was like, okay, Pusha's telling the truth. And for me, I'm just thinking, so in that case, if you feel a way about the guy from Jump, why are you still begging friend?
But I don't think Kanye really has friends, it's almost as if like what him and Drake, business, him and Jay-Z, business. He's a good music artist. He doesn't have any loyalty to them. It's just business. Like I don't think Kanye really has friends. If you think of every situation where he's been involved with someone else, it hasn't really ended well. Like
It's hard to make friends in music.
that too as well.
Very
like,
hard.
And I don't think he's got any OG friends. Like
No, he hasn't.
Like
It hasn't really.
but I hear like people talk about like is it Dunsey and
Dunsey.
them like, but I don't really. I've
I
never
don't
heard.
see them as OGs. I see them more as peers.
But I've never really heard Kanye speak about them to even know anything about that relationship.
Yeah.
Like he just moved back to Chicago to link up with them, so obviously they were distant for a while. Like, does Kanye have friends?
Does Kanye have friends? If he did have friends, would he be where he was? What
That
happened
too
and
as
stuff?
well, yeah. Maybe his friends is freaking Chris and Caitlyn Jenner. Sounds about right.
I'm laughing because that's the same person.
No, it's not.
Oh, Bruce.
Yeah, Chris.
Bruh, see, sad.
I was on about wife and wife or however.
Wife and ex-wife.
Wife and ex-wife. Yeah, which is not.
Husband and ex-wife.
Did they
Wife
divorce?
and ex-wife.
Who did she divorce though? Who
She
did
was a
Chris
wife.
divorce?
Chris
Bruce
was
or Caitlyn?
married. The man to him and the ex-wife.
She divorced
Big.
Bruce.
Did she divorce Bruce?
Yeah, and then Caitlyn came afterwards. I think.
Just popped up.
Just pumped up. Just pumped up.
Sounds like EastEnders.
He rather does, you know, rather does.
Real life.
I seen the headline, yeah. It says, parents are divided. Can white kids dress up as Black Panther for Halloween?
Yes. Yes.
And it's like an actual...
Yes. I
Yeah.
think they should.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that's the point of it. This is the point that kids want to dress up as Black Panther. That white kids want to dress up as Black Panther. Because any parent that sits there says, "Oh, you can't dress up as Black Panther," I'm like, "Yo, you're missing the whole point." The whole point was to say, "Look, yeah, a white child can sit there and say, I want to be like that black man."
Yeah, look how for years all the heroes we saw were white.
Or white.
I'm not even, like, there's that as well, but like, I would just, not the first thing, but when I was thinking about it more, it's like, okay, I kind of see why you might feel a bit weird, but at the same time, no, you shouldn't feel weird at all, because for years you've been dressing up in karate outfits and calling yourself
Bruce Lee.
Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee. You get me?
It's only if it's not done in blackface as well.
Well, it was a mask. Put the
Where you
helmet
gonna
on.
go there?
Yeah,
Where you gonna go?
there shouldn't be.
You know what I mean? Like,
I went
You
off
might as well just
as
dress him as
authentic as
Gollywog and
possible.
say, "Oh, go out there, Johnny. Go on now. Go on, Archie. Go
Yo,
on, you
speaking
suit
of
in
that-
your black
got
face."
shoe polish on his face. Like,
Speaking
Fam,
of that, yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
there's a Stars in Your Eyes in I'm not sure what country. Have you seen it?
Nah.
This woman in Stars in Your Eyes decided she was going to be Stevie Wonder.
I think I've seen that.
I think I've seen that one. I've seen it. I laughed, you know. I was like, "Lord."
It's an awkward one because Stars in Your Eyes, you're supposed to look like the
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
But that has then made it a reason to be able to go blackface.
I saw it.
Και εμείς αποχαιρετούμε τη
I
Μαντό.
saw it, man. It was bad. It's just awkward, man. It's really awkward one.
Why she got someone carrying it out like she...
Like she's really blind.
They went all out.
I'm gonna clip it in. I'm gonna clip it in.
Yo.
Yeah. That one on Facebook.
Yeah, you can put the clip in a minute.
She even does the
Yes.
head what the bubble.
ready, folks?
You can put the clip in.
Look at it. Unplugged keyboard.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh wait, that one. She went there. She went there.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yo.
Okay, go back to it.
Yo, that is mad.
I mean, what do we count this as?
I don't know, man. That's the grey area.
very grey area because that show is based on that. But is that
It's
or
not.
is that not a mockery?
It isn't. If it was done very well, we'd be like, okay, then cool. But
It's not bad.
It's not. It's not great.
It's not bad.
Stars in your eyes standard.
How more can she look like Stevie Wonder? Like,
Oh man.
she's pretty good Stevie, I would say.
Oh gosh,
She's not bad.
I don't know.
It's just funny. It's
It
funny.
is
You know what it is? It's seeing it in a non-racial context.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
it's amusing, but we still have the link to what it previously used to be for.
Yeah.
But then, okay, blackfacing technically could be seen as a non-racial context because it's dressing up and singing and dancing as a black person, but not being black. But then no, because they exaggerated black features like
Yes.
the lips around
eyes,
like
yeah.
this.
And lips
Yeah.
and eyes and hair.
And they threw in a lot of stereotypes, whereas
Yeah.
this, no black person does that on a day to day.
Yeah.
That don't, nah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know.
Right. Next one.
I'm trying to compact it. I'm trying to unpack it in my head.
That Charlie Sloth thing.
What's happened?
Well, is there anything to talk about it though? Like,
What's he doing?
what's wrong with him? Like,
Why is he doing that?
radio station of the year or something, or there's a music awards.
Yeah.
Charlie Sloth was nominated. I think Edith Bowman won it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't listen to it, but I'm sure she's like an established. Like,
Yeah, she is.
You know what I mean? So if Edith's winning
course she
awards,
is.
Yeah.
Charlie Sloth shouldn't really feel away, should he?
Did he go Kanye on it?
He went
Yeah, he went
Kanye.
Kanye.
That's actually the headline.
That's what they said.
He went Kanye.
Kanye. The headline says Charlie Sloth pulls a Kanye after losing at radio
It's
awards.
become a verb. Oh wow.
Yo,
Is there any footage of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck your life. I just want to say, BBC Radio 1, one extra Saturday Night Rap Show. The 8th. Fuck your life. God bless.
Man drops a God bless at the end. What is wrong with him?
But like, I'm pretty sure like he's actually dissing like BBC, innit?
Yeah.
So I've seen something where they've cancelled his shows.
Oh dear.
No, but I heard he was finishing anyway.
No, he was finishing anyway, but like they've. I'm
Cut
guessing
it early?
Yeah, whatever the word is.
Wasn't he running Tim Westwood early days when he got that spot as well?
Say again.
Wasn't Charlie Sloth running Tim Westwood, who was in his
They had a
place?
back and forth.
They had a back and forth.
So now this is happening to Charlie Sloth.
Now the thing is, you know what? I know that this may be for another story, but yeah, Tim Westwood was kind of blocking.
Oh, okay, fair
Was
enough.
blocked man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's another story.
Okay
that we
then.
ain't gonna
Okay
go
then.
into right now.
I just feel a bit weird because each Bowman seems like she's such a nice person.
I know, innit?
I know Edie's from going.
She seems like she'd be like a geography teacher.
Yeah, true still.
You know,
I bet she was always cool with Charlie Sloth as well. Like,
Yeah.
This man's been holding it like, yeah, wait.
she's a Scottish woman.
Damn, I thought I saved this.
The most that she'd probably do, is delete his name off the Christmas list. It's like, you won't be getting a Christmas card off me. On her phone, delete.
Oh man, thought I could have bought him some socks. He ain't getting shit now.
Pringles anymore.
Oh man,
You got another one. I'm trying to find something.
what was your last one?
I still got a couple more, you know.
You go then.
I don't usually have any still, but I don't really have more than the headline. But did you see this 9-year-old boy? Basically, he must have been walking out of a shop. His bag brushed past the woman's
Oh
bottom,
yes.
And then she tried to get him done for sexual assault.
9-year-old boy.
9-year-old boy.
Sexual.
His bag
assault.
brushed
9.
against her bottom. Yeah,
Yes.
9.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me of a
Yes.
story. Wasn't there a story about a boy who whistled at a woman back in the day?
Mate, there's
Yeah.
loads of
Emmett
stories.
Till.
There's loads, yeah.
Yeah, Emmett Till.
The Emmett Till. There's loads of stories.
Whistle. That's the kicker. The woman who,
That was the kick.
in a nutshell, yeah,
In a nutshell.
he was supposed to wolf whistle this woman, in I think it's Alabama.
Yeah.
The woman's family members or people, community members, have taken the boy out of his yard and killed him. They beat him and then end up hanging his body up.
Yeah.
On the woman's deathbed, she died like I think it's either this year or last year.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
She admitted that she lied.
He didn't do it.
This is the danger of people and authoritative behaviour.
But the thing is, I think it was literally the camera footage.
Yeah.
CCTV showed the bag brushing against the bottom or something. And
Yo,
that's the only
I'm grateful
reason,
for technology for things like that now,
that's
you
the
know.
only reason his name was clear.
How would he have been done for anything anyways?
I don't know. I mean, at 9 years old, I don't know how far it goes, but that kind of, you know what I mean, against your name.
Yeah.
And it's even, it might happen to my man over there. Terrell Lewis.
Yeah.
When he was on the train and then the drunk woman must have hit his hat off or whatever.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, she's saying sexual assault.
What did he do?
Nothing.
He received an attack.
Basically, there's a youth that was sitting down. And
She was running at you or something, innit?
she run him down. You should move your bag. He moves separate. And like, Pterosaurus says, I'm going to sit next to him. And like, if she says something, I'll take the heat kind of thing. And he starts recording her and she's like, stop Snapchatting me. And then she hits his hat off. And like, you know what? I say, I'll rate him because if that was me, I would have got really emotional about that. Because okay, you can say what you want, but don't touch me, don't touch my things. Like,
that's invasion of, what's it called?
I can imagine.
It's not quite
Tim
privacy,
turning
but
up.
you're not allowed. Personal space.
I can imagine Tim turning up. It's like 1 second is quiet, then it's like, you ain't touching me before! And then the person next to him, yo, Tim, calm down. Yo! Nah! Wait, this what happened? Yo, run your mouth, yeah. But don't touch my hat.
like Dragon Ball Z, we have the big old, the paro.
Yeah, just build it up.
Yeah, I'm not even like,
Oh, okay.
It's Super Saiyan.
Imagine him kicking off.
Just me.
then Tim will start walking and prodding the woman in her head like this. What you doing there? Don't touch my hat. Don't touch my bag. Don't touch my clothes.
Oh, man.
Don't touch me. Yeah, me.
I respect the fact that
And the woman's like,
he controls himself so well. And he played the long game, saying that, you know what? He's showing like, we're not the enemy. This behavior.
Yeah, we've been labelled as some sort of dangerous enemy for a long time, but people's behaviours are showing up now. A lot.
These times
you're hearing about women
left into indentations in her forehead.
I don't need to use his fix it. I like to have it just on her head tapping. Come here, Daddy. Come.
Yeah, it's bad in America, man. Like, you always see about someone's reporting children for selling lemonade on the street. Oh, these kids are selling without a permit. We see what people have done in response. Black people in video going, where's your permit at? Where's your permit?
It's true, man.
What is it to you though? Like the youth saying, and what?
What has that done to hinder their life? They're walking past and seeing it and instantly got offended. What has that come from? Where has that stemmed from?
It's crazy.
Did you mention that the boy was black?
Oh,
should it even matter that the boys? Well, it should obviously, but even if it was a you know what? If it was a non-black boy, would there even be a charge going on? Because no offense to other races, but I know that the parenting in a black household and the parenting in a white household is different. White children can run riot. So if a white woman sees a white boy sees a woman's booty and thinks, I'm gonna slap that, he'll probably slap it full power. Like,
I've seen it. There was a video with this kid. I don't know why the family took them to Hooters, but they did. And the kid, he sees the woman and he sees the bottom and he's touching her bottom. And she's
okay then. Oh, it's just being a boys will be boys is what they put it down to.
If I do that, boy, I'll get some ass tonight.
Yo, fam, if you did that, yeah, you'd be locked up before you finish your starter.
Trust me.
Citizens arrest going down and everything.
Know.
Everyone's got guns there as well.
What's going on, Juice?
I found it still.
You find it?
It's not even like a big thing, you know, but just because of who it is, I just...
Oh.
Piers Morgan gets pied in the face.
Oh,
did you see it? Yeah. I just loved it.
But Jermaine Pennant as well.
I've got cream though.
In a circular motion like this, right? All right.
How to be funny.
And then what's quite nice is to personalise the pie. If you're going to throw it at someone in particular, you might want to add a letter. And because this pie is for all those men that wear papooses.
Oh man, that has got to be mean.
That's for the guys that wear papooses. All right. It's for us, Keb. And for Daniel Craig.
Wow, that's awkward.
God. You're right.
That is awkward, you know.
This is called milking.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise it for there as well.
Oh man, that's
That
beautiful.
is awkward.
That is beautiful.
The silence after.
Yeah. What do you do in that moment?
I know he had to pie her just to make it.
Oh yeah. If he lashed out, then that's more on him.
Yeah.
That is more on him.
Alright then.
Jermaine Pennant was on Jeremy Kyle. Do you know Jermaine Pennant?
No.
Me either, really.
Okay,
I know he's a
basically,
footballer.
Jermaine Pennant. Yeah. Let me explain the levels of this boy.
How does a football?
Jermaine Pennant. Yeah. Nah, here it is.
That is the question.
Jermaine Pennant is from Nottingham. Yeah. He's actually he's one of my friends. Is his cousin, and people have to understand he was the first £1 million 16-year-old.
Was he?
Yes.
I didn't even know that.
He was worth £1 million at 16. Arsenal bought him, and he thought that was it. Now, boy, me seeing him, yeah, as an Arsenal fan, yeah, I look at him now, I'm like, yo, fam, your life just went down the pan, just because you just used everything wrong. It's like he was 16. Arsenal won the league. He wanted to get in the team.
Isn't Champions League final as well, isn't it?
He went when he went to Liverpool, and it's like he got so much so fast, and he was rinsing money like it was going out of fashion. And it's like he just made some bad choices, man. Really bad choices. He went to like 1 billion clubs. He played in Spain. He's played in Turkey. He came back to England for a bit. He played in the Champions League final with Liverpool. You know what I mean? He's been at a number of clubs, and the guy was he was talented. If you look at him, yeah. The only thing is, people might say, "Oh, but how did he turn like that?" If you're playing for the team that's just won the league, yeah, you think, yeah, I'm in the team. But the thing is, he's 16. He's like, I want to play first team football, but the club don't play the football that will make you thrive. And if Arsenal played the ball for a man to head the ball in and score and like whip them crosses in, it would have been in. It would have been in for England, and England would have banged, like, got, you know, it would have been a decent player in the team. Yeah. But Arsenal played the ball on the floor. And because he wasn't there he wasn't the best, like, dribble it around 10 men and score. He just fell out of favour with the manager, went out to this team, went to that team. And his life went down the pan. He became a DJ for a bit, I'm sure. I think he was a DJ for a bit. And there's stories about him and Ashley Cole doing all kind of madness. And now he's on Jeremy Kyle. He's been on Big Brother.
Has he?
Yeah, that's what it was. I think that's the reason why he was on there.
I don't think... Is he actually poor? Or is he like footballer poor?
I don't think he's poor. I don't know. I don't think he's poor, but he shouldn't be on there.
Right.
He shouldn't be on there.
Nah, what was his story?
It's a bad look.
I think it's just something about him being on Big Brother and his wife.
He's flirting with this girl.
Yeah, and his wife can't forgive him or something. No.
So one
But
Big Brother, but she's 20 something. Obviously, he's a big grown ass man, 30 odd years.
Yeah.
And it's they were flirting, getting close, and it looked like he was hiding his wedding ring and them kind of thing there.
Yeah.
And
but for me,
she was getting really close.
Why are you getting on TV to go Jeremy Kyle?
Of all shows,
He must have got paid.
Of course he got paid.
Yeah, it pays, but still, that's your business
That's
out there
your
for
business
Jeremy
out there.
Kyle to judge it.
way of promoting yourself.
What?
In a sense,
Not
yes.
Not Jeremy Kyle.
Jeremy
Depends
Kyle
what it's
isn't
promoting. What is it promoting?
any publicity is
masses.
publicity, innit?
How many people watch that program? Isn't that like the
I hear
lowest
that.
denomination sort of
I hear that.
Or is it
Well, I just
getting
look
Jeremy
and I
Kyle
think
back
to
on
myself-
things? Because I'm going to go and watch it when I get home and see what now.
I think to myself, at the end of the day, yeah, that's what happens when you have the world at your feet and it goes wrong. You just got to make the right informed decisions. You
I
get me?
like that football metaphor. World at your feet. No?
Yes, boss.
Is that rubbish?
No, that's what it's meant. That's what it means.
I don't think
So basically, no, I know what I'm saying. You shush.
That's pugnant, that is.
But yeah, man. For me, as a person who's seen his rise and fall, it's sad. Sad.
That
man.
does sound
I wouldn't
sad.
say
Sad.
poor, because you know what? It's football's one of them things that not everyone's going to hit the heights.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you don't have to hit the heights, but you can still maintain a high level. Because the fact is, you may not be playing Premier League football, but the fact is, if you get to like a first like championship or first division club and stay that for a consistent amount of years, you're making a lot of money. And that's how you should look at it. You should look at it. You shouldn't always say I want to play. Don't get me wrong. Every player should say I want to play for the best teams in the league. Fair enough. And if you don't, you play for a middle team. If you don't, you play for a low club. And then if you don't do that, then you can play for a high club of the championship. So you can get re-promoted. And then if you're one of those players who's a bounce up and down player, you're still getting Premier League years. You're still getting league. But the thing is, your quality of life is good.
That's to us, isn't it?
No, to even any footballer. Think about it. How much are these guys getting paid at Wolves?
Premiership wages now.
Premiership wages.
Well, they were on that before because the Chinese.
Yes,
investors.
but my point is, even years before this, before the Chinese investors came in, Wolves were playing Premier League money.
Yeah.
They were. By being in a consistent, decent team. Championship, good team. And you look at a man like Pennant, fam, you shouldn't be on Jeremy Quayle.
No, that's a given. He shouldn't be there.
You shouldn't be on that.
And the thing I was saying yesterday when I heard about the story, is like, okay, I don't know nothing about his family life, but it feels like his wife has got him on there to make him look a kind of way. And like,
Is he being Kardashianed?
No, I wouldn't say Kardashian because like.
I think who's been. You know, it's like. You know, it's like. You know what it's like.
Trying to trade a name on that.
You know, it reminds me of not as bad. I'm not comparing the same, but the way it's projected is like as if it's. You remember when Robin Givens had Mike Tyson on what TV show was it?
I don't know.
Well, back in the day, Mike Tyson did like an interview and Robin Givens was just slapping him.
Yeah, and then Tyson gets vexed like.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like that. Yo, whoever you are, everyone out there. Make your personal business your personal business.
Trust me.
Don't put it out for the XYZ people to read on Facebook, to see your Instagram live of you arguing. Don't do that. It's just, that's no class. Yeah? Deal with your family problems as a family. Yeah.
And the fact that you even have to say that to people is a
true
problem.
though. It's
like,
true though.
Keep your personal business personal.
Keep it personal
that's what you
because,
gotta
at the end of the day, you got to realise that it's one thing two parents having an argument in the house and their kids hearing from upstairs, and then it's another thing that their kids are hearing upstairs and all their brethren are reading it on their phone. That's the sad state of affairs. But
Sounds like it's time to wrap up.
It's time to skedaddle.
Wrap up. Thanks for coming through, West.
No problem, man. Thanks for
Actually, no,
having me.
so what's your other names? Because you're performing in a few weeks at Maddie Saskia's show.
As anyone.
As anyone.
Anyone is all the names in one. Like, literally, I could be anybody. And sometimes, yes, it's Westlee, but I associate that with who I used to be.
That's a bar, innit? Yes, it's
I associate with that with who I used to be, but I'm not always that type of person after my experiences.
Yeah.
And so I decided to go with the name Anyone for a few reasons. And just to explain it quickly, today it's that when I'm doing what I need to do now, it needs it needs to apply to anyone. Like, it's not just for me as a name, it's for everybody out there. Like, anyone can relate to this. Anyone can get something from this.
Yeah.
And so it was just opening up the option to relate to the world, basically. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes.
All right, nice one. So
call me whatever you want to call me.
Can I still put, like, Hardfood with Westlee?
Of course.
All right, cool.
Of course.
You're always going to be Westlee to me.
I know.
Yeah, man.
That's how I'm known here. But there are people out there that don't know me, and they don't need to. They don't need to. But there's a part of me that will talk to them as if I do know them, and that's as anyone.
That's deep, that is.
All right. Bless. Hardfood Podcast, episode 54.
Yeah.
You're the guy who does the outro.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to
Juice.
Juice.
Thanks.
You know what I mean?
I'm chilling.
And yeah, happy birthday to Juice.
Don't do that again. Yo.
And
By the way, the emojis, I know who sent it. It wasn't poop.
It
It weren't poop.
Anyway, but yeah, big up
wanted
to
to
all
play
the
a song,
subscribers, all the followers, all the sharers, all the likers. Next week, obviously, I'll be one day out again from another show. So, my birthday's on Friday. So, if basically you want to drop by,
Happy
leave us
birthday,
any,
Friday.
Sucks.
sweet cakes at the studio.
I was gonna get influx of socks
anything.
in here,
Yeah. Just bring them in. And
You lot gotta be sock retailers.
Size 9.
But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, man. So share, like, comment, all of that.
Yeah.
Big respect.
Boom.
Done.
Bless.
Thank you for the opportunity, guys.
Thanks
just
for
fun,
coming through. Does it have that already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks again.
I feel cool. I got
Spock,
opportunities to
that's
just
it.
chat about stuff.
We're done.
Spot. Someone waiting outside, you know, Spot.
I know.